What's up, YouTube? So this is my video. I decided to do this one because excuse me, it's late. Y'all have to excuse me. I'm one tired girl sometimes. So I decided to do this video um because I had this discussion with my grandson, and um I guess I needed to just say this. And I want people to understand this because this is something I got into a whole. I don't know if you all have like notifications from like the news week. It's called the news. I think it's a news week or something like that. It's a big N that's in the news on your phone. They can do like local and national entertainment, whatever. So yeah. So I have that notification. So sometime me, I will comment. And so, there's always these people on here who are so disillusioned, and they drive me up a wall. I mean, seriously, I want to crawl the freaking wall with them. So, a lady went on this whole little rant about how Biden has done nothing but hurt black people, and he's taking Social Security, and he's gonna destroy the country and all of the stuff. Okay, I had to break this lady down because apparently a lot of you all don't read, and obviously many of you have little to no education, because if you had any common sense or any kind of education, you would be able to research things and understand, comprehend, whatever. I'm not going to say you don't have any, or maybe it's little. Maybe it's little education. And it's not hard because you don't even have to be a scholar. You don't have to be a college graduate to be informed. You just have to educate yourself. This is not education. I'm not talking about education like a college or school. I'm talking about education like educating yourself, okay? So I broke her down. I had to break her up a little bit to explain to her what her whole thought was, her whole thought pattern. So first, I'm going to address the situation where they're saying Biden did a lot of things for black things by incarcerating a lot of black men. I addressed that with her right away because a lot of black people are going around saying this nonsense. And I have to tell you this. Whether Biden spoke on a bill, he can't pass a bill without others approving it, okay? They have to be approved in the House or in the Senate. It has to pass in order for it to become law. Do y'all remember Schoolhouse Rock? And they had the bill. I'm just a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill. And I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill. Now that I'm off to the White House where I'm waiting in line with a lot of other bills for the president to sign. And if he signs me, then I'll be a law. Oh, I hope and pray that he will. But today I am still just a bill. And it tells about how it has to go through the House of Representatives, and then it has to go to the Senate. And if it passes in the Senate, then it goes to the president to sign. It's a law. However, if it fails in the House, but the Senate wants it, it doesn't go. If it passes in the Senate and it passes in the House and fails in the Senate, guess what? It doesn't exist. It doesn't happen. I want you all to educate yourself on how laws are passed. One person can't do it, okay? A president can veto certain things. He's like, this is unconstitutional. I don't like it. He can kick it back at the end. He can get all the way. Actually tells that on Schoolhouse Rock on the bill. It actually explains that how it can go through the Senate. It can go through the reps. It said go to the House of Representatives and go to the Senate. It can get to the president. He says, you know what? This is some bull. I don't like it. There's some stuff in here I don't appreciate. I don't like. Kick it back, fix it. And then he'll make them start all over again with that bill. It doesn't become a law till it's right. Okay? Now, that's education one on that part. Biden did support a crime bill that incarcerated drug dealers, and it gave them a higher extent of the law. But you all have to realize, a lot of you 30-something-year-olds and 20-something-year-olds, y'all didn't grow up back in them days, in the 80s, in the 70s, in the 80s, in the 90s. Y'all didn't grow up back in the day. Y'all were little bitty small children if y'all did. My son, he was small. My grandson wasn't even born. And so, in the 80s and early 90s, drugs, I can't tell you how many friends I no longer have, or classmates who are gone. It's very few of us who are left. And they didn't die just because they got old or got sick or whatever. They died because they were murdered. I've had a couple of them that actually left our house and were murdered hours later. Like, literally hours later. Like, dropped us off and went out and was shot in the head. That part. Yeah. So, being that I had to live through those incidents and watch people getting shot, my cousin and family members or people I knew, let me tell you, I've seen the violence up close. It wasn't something I watched on TV. I was there. Sitting on my porch, watching a car go the wrong way up a one-way street. I already knew it was a drive-by shooting. Best believe I hauled ass in the house. I grabbed my kid. I ran my ass in the house. Okay? I want you all to know I don't have any issue. I feel sad for some of these young males, but then I don't feel sad for them. Because I tell my sons this: if you're going to do the crime, you're going to have to be prepared to do the time. And whether black males be walking around here talking about, oh, we're disenfranchised, oh, they're making them, we're getting twice as many law. Look at here, don't do it. Don't do it. Stop selling drugs. I don't have jobs. I don't have good jobs. How am I going to find a job? Dude, you are expecting, this is what my son, he's expecting to make $20 an hour and don't have a college degree or any kind of education, like technical education. Like, no, that's not going to happen. And y'all need to dig y'all heads out the freaking sand, because I wouldn't pay your butts either. You barely got a high school education. You can barely read, and you want me to give you $20 an hour? No. You'll be lucky to get 6. I'm just saying, if you want to pay, you have to go and educate yourself, okay? Get some skills. And I'm not saying everybody not for college, but if you find a way you can be an apprentice, then do that, okay? Whatever. But don't expect someone to pay you $20 an hour for no skill. What, you gonna walk in, oh yeah, I make $20 an hour. No. Now, there are positions you can make some pretty decent money, like what you talking about? Sanitation. I think they make pretty decent money, $15,000, $16,000 an hour, something like that. There's plenty of jobs you can do, you know, but you gotta have skill. No one's going to hire you and pay you $20 an hour for nothing. Okay? So, like I said, I grew up during those periods. I came up during that time. And I was a young woman, you know, between like 17 and 25. I think it was 25, yeah. About 7, excuse me. About 17 and 25-ish. And so, like I said, I watched a lot of my friends die. And they were saying, oh, Kamala Harris, she was pushing the crime bill to get... She was in California. You mother suckers need to get y'all dang minds right. Do you realize how many murders was happening a day? And frick, man, y'all better shut up. Shut up. They was killing each other from across the street. You couldn't even walk outside on your porch. They would shoot mamas, grandmamas, cousins, kids. And this was all day, every day. 5 to 10 murders a day. You think that's okay? Oh, it's okay. Well, just give him 3 years. It's all right. No. Good. Look, this the way they did it to put all that time behind the crime. They call themselves doing it as a deterrent. They were hoping, okay, so we can't give them the death penalty, which I don't agree with. But they figure, well, let's increase the time. Maybe they'll stop. Maybe they'll consider it. No, you idiots ain't smart enough. You worried about right now, well, I don't have any money. And so, it's the easiest way to make some money because you lazy. You are lazy. I was a mother, a single parent. I didn't get a dime of child support from my kid's dad. You heard me? $0, 0 cents. I put them on child support. Them suckers never paid. Oh, they paying now, but they didn't pay then. When I really needed it. Now I don't need them for nothing. My kids don't need them for nothing. So when they pay, guess what? I give them every single dime of it. I don't even care. So, but the thing is, they could have helped me and they did not. But that's okay because God helped me anyway because I didn't need them for nothing. I did everything I could to make sure I took my kids out of that situation. Okay? Everything I could. I walked to work. Plenty of times I walked from work. I had found this, I would find any job I could, do whatever I could here and there to work to make money. I was determined. Okay? So I would walk miles. Not like 2 miles. Like 10, 15, 20 miles from jobs. Just out here. My mom would be like, oh, Lord, because somebody going to kill you one day. Please be careful out there. To me, it wasn't even an issue. I didn't care. I was going to do whatever it took for me to get my kids something. I was determined. And it wasn't great jobs out there, but I didn't feel like I was too good to do them because my kids were everything to me. And I had to humble myself so that I could go ahead and take care of my kids because they needed me and they surely didn't ask me to make them. And your sorry butts are out here. They ain't gonna freaking acting like you too good to pick up some trash and wipe a toilet and clean the wall. Get your dumb self out of here. If you're locked up, if you're incarcerated, trust me. Now, there's a few of y'all who've been locked up or incarcerated for stuff you didn't do, and I'm sorry for you. But the rest of y'all, which is the majority, I don't feel sorry for you. Nope. Don't expect this black woman to have any pity for you at all. Now, I do agree that once you serve your time, you get all your rights back. I do agree with that. As far as feeling sorry for you, because I got 20 years and all I had was a gram. I don't give a damn if you had a gram. Dude, you know already what the laws are. You know what the rules are. You do the crime, you do the time, boo. Simple as that. And you were willing to risk your freedom for it. That's what you did. You were willing to risk your freedom for it. But then you wonder why. Well, I don't know why I got 30 years or 20 years. I got 5 years, 10 years. No, don't cry. Don't be mad about it. Don't sit there, man. They give all black men all this time. Guess what? All black men, because y'all dang on doing stupid stuff. Y'all ain't got to, guess what? Between black, I ain't gonna even talk about the brown men and the white men. Because they are not of my concern, particularly. I got love for everyone. But as a black woman, I could only speak to my own people at this time because I understand the struggle. But I don't understand your struggle as a drug dealer. Because drug dealers don't retire. No, they don't. Drug dealers die or go to prison. There's no retirement. Okay? You're not going to get old being a drug dealer. Okay? You're not. You're just not. I want you to stop this nonsense. I need you all to stop this nonsense talking about what someone crime bills. Go look at how bad y'all didn't grow up in this. And those of you who remember, those of you who remember, y'all better wake y'all asses. Ooh, apologize. Y'all better wake y'all butts up. I'm so sick of this blind stuff that people of color, y'all black people, y'all walk around here with so stupid nonsense, be irritating the freaking of me. Because let me tell you, my uncle was sitting in the car one day, and he was alive, but he's dead now. He died from I think it was some sort of cirrhosis or something like that, or his liver or whatever. I don't remember exactly the whole cost, but it was so many years ago. But I just remember him sitting in the car, and he caught himself deciding he gonna sell drugs. He's older. He was too old to be out here. And them young boys snuck up on him and shot his car up because he's out here on their spot. And because he didn't know the rules of the game, thought he was going to come on in because he was an older man. And guess what? Got shot up. He didn't die. He took a few bullets. Yeah, he took a few slugs. Yeah, he did. He learned his lesson. He took his butt right back off them streets. Sure did. Yep, that's what he did. He realized that's not the life for me. And he went on back about his way. That's right. Sure did. Now, some of y'all don't learn lessons till you're already in the ground, 10 feet under. And then the rest of y'all don't learn a lesson at all, even when you're locked behind bars. I had a communication with two males, and they both had been incarcerated. One in jail, one went to prison for 10 years. I think 15 or 20 years, he said. And what impressed me, like my brother who did 20 years, and I think I told you about my brother's story, is that the two of them, two separate, one was here, they both were here in Florida, but they both rose above that. They did not let this situation keep them from moving forward. They decided, you know what? I ain't doing this. This is not the life for me. I'm going to pull myself out of this. And the one gentleman was telling me how he basically had to do little jobs that was crappy, doing the worst jobs he probably could think about. So he dug himself up out this hole he had done for himself and put himself in a good place. Now he's in a good place. It ain't going to be easy. It's not going to be as easy as you standing out in the corner. But you have to think about your future. Your future. You are working hard right now so that you can make a better future. Okay? You're not working at all, standing in the corner, eliminates your future when you get locked up. And this one of them was saying how it was hard for him because he had been locked up. And he had to rehabilitate his dang on freaking self as far as like in the job market. He had to prove himself and put himself back in the right space. And the other gentleman said he got certified as a crane operator and doing that for 20 years. 20 or 30 years. He'd been locked up that one time. He said he did that 15, 20 years. He said he never got locked up again. He was done with that job for the rest of his days. And I'm saying kudos to you. He gave me life because you know what? The rest of y'all should be thinking about that instead of around here pointing fingers at other people to my they ain't locking us up for all these years. No, you're the fault. You're the fault. Don't blame someone else because you got 20 years. It's your fault. Nobody made you sell drugs. Nobody told you to stand out in the corner. Nobody told you to steal a car. Nobody told you to rob the store. Nobody told you to shoot somebody. Nobody told you to do any of that. That was your choice. You made a decision. And you are the perpetrator of bad decisions. This one guy, he was consistently, they had him in the paper. He met this little 20-something-year-old white girl. He didn't talk to her to feeling sorry for his old sorry ass. He 42 years old and she like 23. I wish that was my daughter. I'd slap her damn neck. I snap it. But she's around here fighting for him to get for rehabilitation. This dude had been locked up from year 2007 until now, consistently. Every year, he would get out and go right back. From 2007. You want me to feel sorry for you? No, I don't. You are a bum. I don't feel sorry for you. You're a bum. You're a bum. You're a lazy bum. Because you could have got out and went and found you a job, even if you was a janitor, and worked your way to something else. Got your skill level up. Said, okay, I'm going to do this and then I'm going to work towards that. You could have done anything, but you didn't. You'd rather stand out in the corner. He was robbing stores. He was selling drugs. He was out here dango freaking, what else did he do? He was assault and battery and some other little stuff he got caught up in all the time. It's just consistent with him. He was completely multiple habitual offender. Like, he'd been in and out of prison from 2007 to 2020. He's 42 now. In and out. 10 years here, 5 years there, 7 years there. He 2007. It's 2020. Okay? And he was doing other little minor stuff. That's even minor stuff prior to that. Where he just was getting like, letting out on his own recognizance or a few little days in jail or whatever. That wasn't even included in 2003 or something like that, I believe they said. I don't feel sorry for you. I don't feel sorry for you. And y'all shouldn't expect no one to. You can make better decisions. Oh, and the first thing will come out is, well, he was living in a place where he had no money. His mother he grew up poor. You ain't the only one who went through that. There's people who lived in their car. Tiffany Haddish lived in her car. Several people, dango Tyler Perry was living in his freaking car. Come on, dude. It's so many people that didn't have nothing. They had nada. And they pulled themselves up. Don't use that as your excuse. I had to move to a shelter at one point in my life. I was living in a shelter with my kid. I lived in a shelter. I had no home. I was homeless. Y'all better shut up with that nonsense. You know what? I'm going to stop going off. Because I'm pissed. I get tired of this nonsense. I just want to just scream. And if I could just choke y'all asses with this. Sorry, y'all. If I could just choke some of y'all. Don't come to me with that little nonsense on me to feel sorry for you. I don't feel sorry for you. Don't ask me to feel sorry for you. Because I love black men. But I don't feel sorry for you bums out here. You think I feel sorry for you bums out here? Y'all want to commit crimes and then want to cry about, oh, they gave me 20 years. I don't feel sorry for you. Guess what? Because it was my son. I'm like, look here, boo. You knew better. Now serve your time. I'm going to send you a few dollars here in your little thingy. I'm not going to send you a lot of dollars, a few, because I still got to live out here. And I'm going to visit you, but I'm not going to come visit you all the time because I still got to live out here. And one thing I'm not going to do is be incarcerated with you. Okay? No. I love you. I'm not going to be incarcerated with you. So, that's my spill. I know I got heated. Y'all be irritating me. Irritate me. Irritate me. Get y'all minds right. Grab a book. And one more thing on the crime bill, if you go do your research, the Black National Caucus backed it. You would always point fingers at black people, white people. White people did this and white people did that. The Black National Caucus backed that crime bill. Your own people. Now what you got to say? The ones who supposed to be up in White House and government, supposedly looking out for us, making sure they're doing right by us, was okay with it. Yeah, check yourself. That's all I got to say about that.